Heads, welcome back to my channel Home at Hideaway, and if things have all gone well, I have two new videos that I would have filmed today. So of course I'm a bit hairier than when you last saw me and wearing the same t-shirt, so I'm not being dirty and unclean and unwashed. It's because I'm just trying to film two videos in the same day because I've been ill over the last couple of months, and so I just feel like I want to catch up a little bit and provide some more content for you. And I've had some free time today before I go to work, so this video is going to be the follow-up to my Snes collection, which the last video I did box 1, so now we're moving on to box 2. Like before, I'm going to try and remember a little bit about it, whether it's part of my original collection, how much I paid for it, and hopefully where I got it from, and just try and recall a little bit about the game if I can. So start off with the first one, considered to be one of the best games on the system by a lot of people. Not necessarily my favourite game in the series, although it is an absolutely fantastic game, and of course it is none other than Super Mario World. And I don't think that this one is part of my original collection, because in Fate Writing it's got a postcode on it, which is a Gloucester postcode, so I think this would have been my wife's, so I must have my copy of it lying about, because I know I definitely had a copy of it. But yeah, Super Mario World is an absolutely brilliant game, but again, I've said before, I think in the last video, that if it wasn't for Super Mario Bros. 2, which not the lost levels, but the one that we actually got, then this game wouldn't be what it is. Super Mario Bros. 3 wouldn't have been what it is, because of course between Super Mario Bros. 2 and 3 combined, they've taken a lot of the ideas and continued it into the series, and you know, it is absolutely fantastic. It's a great game. Thoroughly enjoy it. Even my wife absolutely adores this game. It's one of her favourites. We've got it on nearly everything going on emulation. We've got it on the Wii shop and things like that because she loves playing it. And you know, when it comes to emulation, the only way for especially Super Nintendo games, as a fact, to get the best feel out of it, you know, you really need the Wii Classic controller, because you know, it's as close to a SNES pad as you're going to get in a way. It's just got a really lovely feel to it, and it doesn't play so well with the Wii controller itself, but I think that you can use the GameCube controller, which obviously is compatible with the Wii as well, so that's quite comfortable and quite nice to use with it as well. Another one of my favourite controllers. So that was Super Mario World, and moving on to the next game is FZero, which is absolutely incredible. It's got one of the best soundtracks on any game I've ever heard. I absolutely love it. It's fast, it's furious. Again, I know I had two copies of this. I think I sold one of them off, so one of them was my original copy. Most likely this one, because it's got a bit of yellow in, it's a bit dirty, it does need quite a bit cleaning up. The label, although you know it's all there, it's not in its best condition, and it's probably the way I stored it. And you know, when I was younger, boxes we just got rid of. We didn't keep, although, which is really weird, because I actually had a hoarding habit when I was young as well, and I wouldn't let anything go. I wouldn't get rid of anything, and everything had to go back in the box, especially when I was like 3 and 4. But as I got older, I kind of, I don't know, I think I'm not quite sure what happened to our original SNES boxes, but I can probably guarantee they are no more unless my dad's got them in his attic somewhere, which will be worth finding out, but I bet the condition won't be fantastic. Next one, Exhaust Heat. Gotta be honest, I never played it. I think I paid about £3 or £4 for this a few months back. An ocean game, obviously a racer. From what I've seen from the videos on YouTube, it looks pretty good. so I'm looking forward to playing this. I'll have some gameplay videos of the Snes games coming up very soon, which will be Snes plays. I can see if I can get this next game out of the box because they're all falling over. And we have Super Mario Kart, which recently there was an absolutely fantastic video that went around, and it was Super Mario Kart with 101 players. And you know, in the style of the Super Nintendo Mario Kart with the Mode 7 and everything, it was absolute chaos. It was glorious. It was just mental. So many characters, so many different types of power-ups. It was just absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this is a great game. Not my favourite in the series, even though, you know, I am a huge SNES fan. And I do, personally, I think the Wii game is a lot better. You know, it's just my opinion. You know, people are bound to disagree with me, but you know, it is a fantastic game nonetheless. But I just much preferred the Wii version. Mario Kart, it would have just been the relaunch of Mario Kart for the Wii. I just thought it was a much more better solid game. Although there's nothing wrong with that one. Here we go with Aladdin. They had some really great movie based games, and this is no exception. There was a massive debate over on a YouTube channel where there was the Mega Drive versus the SNES, or Genesis versus the SNES, and to see which is better. And overall, one of the games that was used obviously for the testing was Aladdin on the SNES and the Mega Drive stroke Genesis, and it turned out that the Mega Drive was in favour. And although I've got both, this is the one that I always played. I can't really get into the Mega Drive one for some reason. I'm going to try a little bit more, and I'm going to try and enjoy it and try and get a bit further than I normally do. But in case you were wondering, the end result, even though the Mega Drive version of Aladdin was better and not far superior, but it was very close, and the SNES version had a lot more going for it in some ways, but the Mega Drive version only just slightly beat it. But I don't know if you've seen it, but Ben Heck had done a video where he basically tore down both systems, and we found, of course, the Super Nintendo is a far superior system. Get in. So next game is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. I can't recall whether this is again my own original copy or my wife's copy. I never did manage to beat this game. I did get to the end with Bowser, but with the having to use a trajectory with aiming the eggs and trying to hit Bowser inside the Cooper helicopter or whatever it is. You know, it's just really tricky for me when I was younger. But you know, I'm really looking forward to, you know, revisiting it. I've not played it for many years now. Although the 3DS version of it, the new Yoshi's Island, is absolutely great. I highly recommend that if you haven't played it before. Next up we've got Doom. Again, never beat this game, but absolutely love it. It's just, it plays so well on here. Another game by Ocean Williams, it says on here. And this is an original game that I had, so it's in really good condition actually. It's still not really got any yellow in it or anything like that, but spent many hours playing this, never managed to beat it. It just always was a little bit too tough for me as a youngster, and probably shouldn't have been playing it, but I did. Next up we've got Zombies, which I had this when I was younger. I think I traded it in because at the time I didn't really enjoy it. So this is my wife's version, which now I own, because my wife doesn't very often play them, so I've acquired her Super Nintendo games to go with my collection. And I've got to say, the last time I played it, I really did enjoy it, so you know, really glad to have it in the collection again, and albeit my wife's, because it, you know, it goes from £20 upwards in the UK, so you know, glad to have it. And it's just got some fantastic music in it, some fantastic zombies in it. And Maximum Parrot recently covered this in their top 5 Snes games. I think it was one of Paul Monahan's choices, and you know, great choice, you know, because as I say, I've been playing it again recently and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Next game is not an original game. I had to buy it again because similar to I had Maximum Carnage as well, and I bought 2 copies of that in the past, and they've both gone missing. I keep losing track of them. I don't know what happens to them, but you know, they disappear and I'll never see them again basically. But it is Biker Mice from Mars. In my opinion, just much better than Super Mario Kart. I absolutely love this game. I adore it. It's got an absolutely thumping soundtrack. It's brilliant, and it's, you know, in partnership with Snickers, because it's got the Snickers logo plastered all over the games, and it's very much in the style of rock and roll racing. They share a lot of things with the isometric 3D view, the power-ups, also the way it controls, and the upgrades that you can get for your engine, new tyres and things like that. And I absolutely adore this game. One of my favourite Snes games ever. It's absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend it. Next up, I do have another original game, Bulls vs Blazers, which £7.50 on the label, which, you know, sometimes it's better just to leave those little stickers on there. Not always, because it tells you how much was paid for it, because it's my dad that would have got this, not me. But, you know, it's not a bad game. I don't have, you know, I didn't play it a hell of a lot, but, you know, it was a very nice looking basketball game for its time on the Super Nintendo. And, you know, I will get around to playing it again. And, you know, I'm gonna, at some point, going to be playing all of my Snes games again, even the ones that I am really dreading, you know, playing again, you know, for gameplay purposes. So, you know, at some point I will do it. Next up, Stargate. I don't remember how I acquired this. Unfortunately, I've never played it, but I've had it in the collection for many years now. So there's not much I can really say about this game, although, you know, I really loved the film when it was out, and I just really hope that, you know, it's quite close to the film and has some great gameplay in it. So I will play it at some point. Next we have Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt, which again is by Ocean, and I've played a little bit of this before, and it is bloody hard. It's a very difficult game. It's not very forgiving at all, but it's a bit like a side action platforming game, and you're basically inside the Addams Family mansion, and you've got to go around different rooms, try and find your relatives, and there's all sorts of chaos going on. And it reminds me a bit like the Nightmare on Elm Street game, where it's got that really horrible difficulty and sometimes pointless creatures in there that, you know, it just makes the game unnecessarily difficult. But, you know, I will try and beat it at some point. Next game we've got is Super Smash TV, an original game, and brilliant arcade port this is. It's absolutely brilliant. They've made really good use of the SNES pad for this. It works really nicely, it's really smooth, and it's an absolutely fantastic game. And, you know, there's a lot of throwbacks to the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man, in it. And, you know, like it says in the game, I love it! Next up we've got Looney Tunes Roadrunner, which I completely forgot that I'd bought this. I was looking at it recently, and, you know, I'm not going for a complete PAL SNES collection or anything like that. And the game doesn't really look that great, but, you know, if I saw it cheap, I probably would have picked it up. But I completely forgot that I'd already picked it up, and this, I'm sure I bought this from a really nice lady from the Nothing But Gaming group, and her name is Kelly Chapman. So thank you very much, Kelly. She always does fantastic deals on the games that she gets. So definitely check her out. Some of the stuff that she sells on Nothing But Gaming. If you're not already part of the group, look out for her flash deals, because I call them flash deals because I don't stick around for very long, and they're absolutely fantastic prices. So I've got 2 more games left from out the box, and from what I understand, I can't remember, it's an original game that I have. From what I understand, it's just one of the worst one-on-one fighters out there. Of course, you're going to know what it is straight away when I say worst one-on-one fighters. I've not played this since I was a kid, so I couldn't tell you too much about it, and it is none other than Rise of the Robots. And this is definitely one of those games that I'm really dreading playing, and for the sake of doing some Snes plays on my channel for extra content, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and face it to at some point. So, you know, maybe I should do that first just to get it out of the way. What do you guys think? So next up, highly underrated game. I absolutely love this. Based on a very popular cartoon, which you might possibly guess what it is by now, and it is none other than Barts Nightmare. This is an absolutely brilliant game, albeit it is very, very difficult. It's got a high level of difficulty. When you first start it especially, you don't know what the hell is going on, and you don't know what you've really got to do, and everything is really bizarre because it's you know, it says Bart's Nightmare, it's his nightmare, and you start off, you're falling through the clouds, and you land on a pavement, and you get yourself back up on your feet, and everything's in a dreamlike state, and there's just so much craziness going on, and you're basically on the road in the neighbourhood going along, and you've got people coming at you, you've got letterboxes that start barking like dogs and crossing the roads, so everything's out to get you basically. And basically what happens in this game is it's got a few mini games in it, much like the terrible Virtual Bart, but you know, this does it really well. And you know, basically what happens is you get these papers that float along the road, and you've got to jump onto the papers, and it takes you into this sort of area where you've got 2 doors, and you choose a left or right door, and the colour of the door depends on what level you go to. And it's got some really nice throwbacks to classic games in there, with Homer Simpson, like a King Kong Rampage style of game, and you know, it's just got some absolutely brilliant mini games with it. It's definitely one of those games, if you persevere with it, it's very rewarding, and I absolutely love the game. I've got fond memories of playing it, and you know, again, I highly recommend it. So that is about it for box 2 for this episode. I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's watched my videos so far. Thank you to the people that have subscribed to me. You're absolutely fantastic. Thank you, much appreciated. Again, as usual, if you like what you see and you like the videos, please like and subscribe. It does help a lot, and it will make me feel very happy. So again, thank you, Retro Heads, and I'll see you soon. Take care.